Hey, so we have Bitcoin here on October 5th, and we are in the 3-day chart. So we're going to start with some trend lines here, and we're going to draw this one right there. As we can see, we have one touch point and two touch points that confirm this trend, and we're going to continue doing that as we progress here. So we have another one right here. We're going to get our downward sloping trend. This is the one that we, as you can see right here, we have support. We broke that, came back to retest, and now it's resistance. So this is now resistance here. Get rid of those lines or those circles. So now, as you can see, we have two resistance lines. So even if we make it above this resistance, we still have this resistance to contend with. So just to see, going forward there, is that we do have some resistance coming up if we are thinking about breaking above, what is this, 25,000. So that's what we got at the moment. And we're going to continue as we go throughout here. So as you can see, we have one touch point, two touch points. We broke below, got above that resistance, and now it's playing a support. So now we're riding this trend line at the moment. So as you can see, we're gonna extend this out like that. And we are in, here, let me get rid of this line to clear it up. We are currently in a descending wedge. And as you can see, the price action is creating this wedge, consolidating, and eventually it's going to either break up or break down. And in order to get that measured move, we take the length of the pole and we extend it out to here. So if we were to break this, there's a good possibility that the technical analysis is saying that we make it up to 47, close to $48,000 for Bitcoin. If we were to break this down, we copy that, and at the moment we're getting a negative number right here. So the down, it's not, the measure move is invalid for the downside, but there is a possibility that if we do break down, it will go parabolic. At the moment, we just do not have a measure move for that. So we will continue that. This is on the 3-day chart. At the moment, we had some divergence playing out here. What you see that is you have this bottom and this bottom right there. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. So at the moment, we had this bottom and this bottom, downward sloping trend. But if you look at the RSI, we have this bottom and this bottom, upward sloping trend. This is a divergence, a bullish divergence, in fact. So what we're looking here is that when price action on the SRSI gets to the oversold line, which is this upward line right here, this dotted line, once it gets above that line over there, we have to break previous tops or previous highs. So at the moment, you can see we are in a downward slope. When this SRSI breaks up, if we are not above 22,380, we will continue to the downside. If we cannot break above this resistance, we will come back down. Now, if we do make it above this resistance, and now we consolidate here, and we can make it above this resistance up here, this resistance, we will continue to come down. And now at the moment, since we did break this 22,000 resistance, there's a possibility that we continue this trend and then come to the upside. If not, if this resistance breaks, we will come back down. So these are some possibilities that we got going forward. I'm going to leave this trend line here. Oh, wow. There we go. Boom. Oh, wow. Here we go. And we're going to turn them red for resistance. Okay. So now we're going to get rid of these two resistance lines. The red lines are what we have to break to continue bullish in order to make it to this measured move up that we have of 47,000. So we're going to dive in deeper. The 3 day still has room in the SRSI to come up. As you can see on the market side for down here, we have some divergence as well. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing, swing down to a higher swing down. So there's some divergence playing out at the moment. Just have to wait for the SRSI to continue and reach the overbought region, and then we can analyze where we're at that moment. On the daily, we are in that overbought region. However, we have not broken above our previous high. So we are making a lower high, which means that this downward trend is validated. This trend right here, this trend line. So since we can't break above that, we will have to reassess. We'll bring this downward sloping trend line here. At the moment, I know I have a bunch of lines. Let me just get rid of this as we go deeper. At this moment, we are in kind of like a bear flag right here. So bear flag is in we came down to the downside, and now we're making a flag. It's bearish because we came from the downside. If this were to come from the upside, or come up like this and then consolidate, that would be a bullish flag. But since we came from the downside, we are in a bear flag. We take a measured move right here to right there, and that is a measured move. Woo-wee! It's a measured move around 5,800, close to $6,000. That's not a fun one. But if we were to copy this, bring it back to the upside to get some bullish sentiment here, and oh yeah, now we're looking at, let's make these yellow as these measured moves. And now we're looking at 33,000 if we were to break to the upside from this bear flag. So it is likely that we come to the downside. A bear flag is likely to push down. In any case that we were to come up, 33,000 is our target. Coming down, 5,800 is our target. So that's on the 1 day. At the moment, since we are overbought and we haven't broken a previous high, it is likely we come back to the downside. Now, if we do come down to the downside, it is possible that we come back here, find some support, and then keep playing in this bear flag until we find some decision either up or down. So that's on the daily. And then we'll hop over to the 4 hour. And as you can see, we're still playing in this, this pattern right here. And, we can start to draw some more trends, kind of figure out where our resistance is at the moment. And at the same time, we'll find where our support is. And once again, we're drawing these relative to confirmation points. So let's get rid of these. Actually, no, I'd like to keep those. We'll get rid of these lines here for the moment. So now it's a flag within a flag, kind of like a trading market inception. So here we go. As you can see, these highs, these peaks, and these valleys are kind of showing you the top and the bottom of the trend. So at the moment, we are at the top of the 4 hour trend. We did actually make it above this last high. So it is bullish. We do have some bullish sentiment right here. And the bullish sentiment is that if we continue this trend and we make a higher low, if we were to make, let's do a little path right here. If we were to make a higher low, that is a bullish scenario, and it is likely that we continue up to this resistance. Higher low is in this is our previous low, and now we make a higher low. So that's on the 4 hour. We did make a higher high than the last 4 hour top, so it is likely we would continue to the upside. This is on the 4 hour though. There's don't really see a divergence playing out. You could have this. Now see, like, we have top, top. They're both pretty similar. There's no divergence playing out there. So yeah, that's on the 4 hour. We're gonna hop over to the 1 hour. Here we go. All right, so let's see what patterns we have going on here. At the moment, actually, if we zoom in, you can kind of see, this is something forming here, kind of like a head and shoulders pattern. Let's just take these. Oh, yeah, let's do that again. We'll take it to the wicks on this one. Usually you take it to the candle bodies, but let's take it to the wicks to see, kind of like a little exaggerated version of this. And actually, as we speak, it does look like we did break down from that head and shoulders pattern. So in that case, you take the length of the head to the neckline and you put it on the right shoulder. It is a measured move of around 19,650. This is our measured move if this head and shoulder breaks down, and it looks like it did. It looks like it did break down. So it is likely that if we do not come back above our previous high, that we will come back down. One way to see that, actually, no, that's going to leave that as it is. But one thing that I see here is the 1 hour SRSI is pretty low. It's oversold right now. So in that case, we look at the last time that the 1 hour was oversold like this, and we actually get an area right here. And in this area, we are making a higher low. At the moment, you could say that this is our low, and it makes sense. We are making a higher low, and the SRSI is resetting on the 1 hour. So that is some bullish sentiment. However, head and shoulder pattern kind of breaking down here, and if you look closely, it looks like we got rejected on the bearish retest. Bearish retest as in this is a bearish pattern, and it looks like we got up to this neckline right here and cannot make above it. We have 10 minutes as this candle closes, and if we continue to close below it, we will likely head down to the measured move of 19,653. So that's on the 1 hour. Jump to the 15-minute. And as we're getting a more zoomed in picture, we can kind of zoom in on what exactly is going on the smaller time frames. We got this. Let me just delete this line for the moment. Actually, just remember, I am going to delete this line, but this is our this is our upward resistance line here. So if we do break this, it is likely we go to the upside. But as we zoom in, we can kind of, frame that resistance a little more accurate to the smaller time frames. And this is the pattern that we're in. Now, on the 3-day, we were in a bear flag. This is coming from the downside, pointing up, so it is going to the upside. So this is a bullish flag, a bull flag. We will take the length of the pole. This is a conservative pole, as we could also take the length of the larger pattern here and do something like this, top to bottom. I mean, if you really want to play it out nice, look at something like that. Here we go. And this is a measured move of around 21,600. Here we go. So 20,600 conservative, 21,600 is more, I would say, risky, but this is likely to happen if we become really bullish at this moment and there's a lot of buy pressure or shorts in the market get squeezed out. There could be a lot of momentum to the upside. So these are some moves right there. We'll leave those horizontal lines in, but we'll get rid of those diagonal ones. And at the moment, to see if we have any patterns that stick out, at the moment we are oversold, pointing to the upside. So it is likely that we will hit this resistance and play in here for a little bit. And yeah, trying to see if there's any divergence playing out, but it's not super present. I mean, you could say that this is a divergence if you look at that, kind of like a downward sloping right there, and then on the market cipher we have upward sloping. So possible resistance, I'd rather see the resistance on the RSI, but market cipher is giving us some divergence there. Just a little caveat there to add. And yeah, so we're in this bear flag. This is going to play out. It's going to, be around here. Let's see how long this is. Around 5-6 hours until this flag plays out. And we have our measured moves 20,600, 21,600. And if we were to come down, we have a 19,600 as support. We're going to play some VPVR to get some support and resistance lines in here. On the smaller time frames, we have some peaks. This resistance red. And here we go. Some support here. Some green. Some more green. And then this red line is showing the point of control, the BPVR. And we're going to put our resistance or our support right there. So these are some support lines. As we can zoom out, we'll go to the 1 hour and see what other support we have. This support up here is more like a region. We have this area that's kind of acting like resistance. So as in resistances, play out is usually when we get up here, it is a good time to sell. As we saw previously, this was a good time to sell because we came back down off of a correction of about 8%. So in this case, we come down, it's like 2% to, our measured move. As we further down, we're 3%, 3.8, and then 5%, looking to our support lines here. So if we're trading on short term, these are support lines. We're at resistance at the moment. And we're also, if we look at like a larger pattern here on like the 4 hour, we're in consolidation at the moment. So we're just playing in this region. We've been here for, about, damn. We've been here for about 114 days. Yeah. Back since June 16th. It's October 5th right now. So we've been in this consolidation area for a good while. So consolidation means there's going to be a breakout, either up or down, and we're just playing it as it goes. So this is your technical analysis on October 5th, and I hope you guys have a great day.